How's it going, everyone? Welcome to episode 15 of Conspirial. I'm your host, Ana Hernandez.
I'm Travis.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. No, just play. I'm Addison.
I'm Anna.
Oh, wow, you went... Oh, she went...
Well, I said it was Travis.
Well, yeah, but I was trying to throw you off to do...
You did it. I don't pay attention when you talk, to be real.
That is probably the truest thing you've ever said on this podcast.
That's why I didn't know about Lars.
To Lars.
To Lars.
Forever to Lars. So it's been a while. New year. Our first podcast of the new year.
New year, same me.
Hopefully going to keep doing this more regularly.
You look
I know
ridiculous.
We always say that. But holidays.
But Andrew always ditches.
Fucking Andrew.
And he's our moral support.
Which was our mistake from the beginning. But that's his pick. That's what we put. Anyway, so today's episode, I think we're tackling just Satan.
The devil.
And El Diablo. And
Hail
just
Satan.
Anything really connected with it. I think I went a different route than you did.
I hope so. I went a weird route that I didn't understand I was going.
Just like the devil himself. You never know until...
Well, like, I want his side of the story.
I think one day you'll get it. I think one day you're going to find out.
Like, why would he put me in hell if I'm his homie?
Yeah,
I'm doing bad shit up here.
That's the part that doesn't... yeah, like I said, one thing about Christianity that doesn't make sense. But yeah, like if you're a dick, why would the devil punish you?
Why wouldn't he take people from heaven and put them in hell?
He's like, I can't believe you did this. And I was like, what?
Can't believe you ate 7 kids' booty holes.
Didn't you... I mean, every person has their limit, I guess.
I was thinking about leaving Neverland.
Maybe 6 is all you need. You know, maybe it's like, all right, now that's too much. Save some for the rest of us.
That's absurd.
Yeah.
Too many sins.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Starting off hot. So
The finger
like
gun.
hell. You know. I went more of the literature aspect of it and like how you can summon Satan and like
Are we today on our episode we have Satan?
Not an instruction manual, just don't even want to even attempt to try to even get. But I went
I check it out one time.
I picked like 2 infamous like satanic books that help people or have been deemed to either help reach Satan or have satanic
that's kind of cool.
aspects to it. So I mean, as a book nerd myself, I know you don't understand, but like I think the literature aspect.
Because I'm brown, I don't read.
Not well. Wow.
Wait.
Going back to it. No. The joke
I bet the Simbobs can't read either, according to you.
I mean, I don't know how you write. I stopped myself. I'm not gonna say that.
Please don't.
Nope. Not
Please
gonna.
Don't.
That's gonna.
Please. I think I know exactly where you were heading. Reverse.
Boy. No, the joke was that you're obviously the book nerd.
I actually read.
I don't. I mean, I know how to, but I'd rather watch it.
Hooked on phonics taught him.
Didn't get hooked. Bullshit.
Didn't get hooked.
So anyway, the first of the 2 books, or that I'm gonna start with.
The
first
Bible.
one's called In the Beginning. No. just read the whole Bible. It's gonna be 12 hours of just me no.
I had to explain the Bible to a kid like a couple years ago. He said it was not accurate.
Why were you talking to a kid about? Why were you trying to explain the Bible? Where were the parents?
The concept of God came up.
Why are you with children? Who?
And I was like, so what had happened? And I confused Noah's Ark with that one guy that got ate by a fish. It seemed collaborative.
Jonah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, all Jews are the same to them. Kidding. So anyways, the first book I'm going to talk about is called the Codex Gigas. And it
sounds like a slur.
It is the largest medieval illuminated manuscript in the world. It's 36 inches long and weighs 165 pounds.
Like my dick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it weighs more than I do.
Yes. And it's a book. Like, it's so it starts off with giving a very straightforward Latin translated version of the Bible, but this book is also known as the Devil's Bible due to the fact that it has a highly unusual illustrated 19-inch portrait of Satan. And the legend surrounding it is absolutely wild. So the manuscript was created in the early 13th century in what used to be called Bohemia, but now it's in the modern day Czech Republic. Like I said,
isn't that an album or a song?
Oh, like Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you definitely there are similar. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Probably not Czech, the song, because it was by Queen, which, depending on your...
He's the devil.
So anyway, so it contains the complete Vulgate Bible, which is just a Bible written in Latin, essentially. It's a late 4th century translation of the Bible. But anyway, so I thought like the actual construction of this Devil's Bible, or the Codex Gigas, was even more fascinating than the latter parts of it. But so it's 36 inches long, 20 inches wide, 8.7 inches thick.
Real inches or boy measurement inches?
It's the same. I don't know. What do you mean? There's no... Oh, you think they allowed girl math in here?
I love girl math.
You'd be washing my feet in these times. Am I wrong?
Because I'm a Jew?
No, was going for the gender thing. But anyways, so it's composed of 310 leaves of vellum, which it was originally made from 160 donkeys. It took 160
That's the paper?
donkeys.
Or the cover?
Yeah, like skin. Like, yeah. It has like a wooden binding, and then, but yeah, the pages themselves.
Oh, no wonder it's so fucking heavy.
Are the skins from 160 donkeys, which is crazy. Which is just
that's so many donkeys.
So yeah, so it actually in total it's 1,535 square feet of writing.
Donkey skin.
And writing. So according to like I said, it weighed 165 pounds, which is crazy for a book. I just think that's wild. So according to one version of the legend, that was recorded in the Middle Ages, but a monk wrote this, and his name was Herman the Recluse.
Period.
Stand-up guy, clearly.
He said, I don't want to talk to nobody.
So he apparently broke his monastic vows and was sentenced to be walled up alive as a punishment for breaking his vows as a monk. So he was going to be like Edgar Allan Poe and bricked in and until he died. He was just going to be in between some walls until he was done.
Imagine.
So in order to escape death, he told the people that convicted him that he was going to create in one night a book to glorify the monastery forever that would include all human knowledge. Right? So so they were like, yeah, sure, guy. Why don't you do that for me real quick? And then tomorrow we're going to...
cool story,
yeah,
bro.
tomorrow we're going to brick you in, right? So
the executioner's at the bar, and then he said he was going to write it in one night.
We're going to yell that at him as we're bricking him in. So anyway, close to midnight of the final of the day, so he's getting near the time where he needs to nut up or
and
shut
he just has killed one donkey at this point to get one donkey skin for his page.
How many do you think you'll need? 160.
67.
he became so desperate that he prayed to Lucifer to help him finish the book in exchange for his soul. The devil then completed the manuscript, and then the monk was so thankful that he added that 19-inch drawing.
He's like, bro, like, let me
book.
draw you like my French horse. Like, you just didn't
I gotta at least
self.
dedicate one page to you. Right.
So wait, instead of getting bricked up and dying, he was like, I'm gonna sell my soul to the devil.
To write this book. The book was what's gonna save his life.
I know, but he sold his soul to not get bricked up.
Sounds reasonable when you think about it. I mean, just kill me, bro. Like, you don't gotta just make me. Oh, the claustrophobia would set in, and then because you're surviving.
You could kill yourself.
Not when you're bricked up.
No. Before you get bricked up. At that point, I'd just be like.
So what's crazy about it, besides the shit I just said, like I said, he added the picture as tribute, and they've actually done studies of how like long the book is, and like how they like the writing techniques of the time and all that stuff. It would have taken
type of font
22 to 30 years to complete the book. That's how detailed and how crazy this is. And apparently this guy did this in one night. Allegedly.
He totally did it.
Stay tuned. So that's the thing. So of course there's historians say like, yeah, it was probably done by several people over 30 years. And I'm not saying one way or the other, but it's a lot cooler that this guy did it in one night. And
after he sold his soul. Yeah.
So
what do you think the devil does with souls?
Lube? It's hot down there. You're gonna
like I picture souls just like a little ball of gas.
Ooh, sunscreen. He's already red. Think how like dark he would be if he didn't have like the souls just to like cancer.
Cancer in hell from the fire.
I mean,
Did you get that from the sun?
Exactly.
Oh, we're thinking logically here. Like, God damn it! All right.
This podcast is pure logic and
right?
facts.
This guy did this in one night.
He did with the help of the devil.
So there's a couple of interesting details about the devil that he drew initially, and then the history of once this book is written and then is passed along through the generations.
Do you have a picture of it?
We will post that.
Okay.
But yeah, I didn't have power to print, so I was gonna bring them, and then didn't fucking happen. So we'll post it. You're gonna see it all. But the devil that he drew had a large dark green head, and his hair forms a skull cap of dense curls. The eyes are small with red pupils, and his red tip ears are large. Mouth is open. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's wild.
If I was the devil, I'd feel disrespected.
He's fucking dropping it like it's hot, too.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Is he not wearing any clothes?
Does he need it?
Where's his dick?
His mouth is open, reveals his
Is it
small
really
white teeth, and he has two long red tongues. Instead of like one tongue that goes out into two, it's two.
His head game was crazy.
Two. Hey, might be a good time down there. Maybe that's why you would sell your souls. Like, put that tongue doodle. It's like I said, it was 19 inches tall. So they think this was written in between 1204.
Does it say how tall the devil is? Because I cannot imagine that man not being 6'4".
What if it was a life-size drawing? Like the devil is
yeah, that's what I was picturing.
19
inches?
Hey, that's like 15
You know what I
inches more than
pictured when
need.
you said the devil finished the book, like in Bruce Almighty when he's like,
oh yeah,
replying to all the prayers by Eva.
say yes to all.
Control A.
So like I said, this was written between 1204 and 1230 is where they think it was. After it was written in Bohemia around...
Rhapsody.
There was a detailed note that's actually in the Codex that the monks from Bohemia actually wanted to transfer it to another monastery, and yet... And
they had this book in a monastery?
No, they're monks. He's a monk.
I know he's a monk, but he got punished. So he writes the book and they're like, all right, good.
Well, yeah, he didn't get bricked up.
I know he didn't get bricked up. You know, bricked up means something else too. That sounds ridiculous.
I think in this instance it's the same. With Thetan, yeah, it's probably the same. So anyway, so he was supposed to go to another monastery in Sedlec, but another monastery purchased it later that year from Sedlec. Then in 1594... Did
they just have it in their library?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the... I was going to bring pictures, but if you look at the pictures, it's actually a really beautiful book.
And it's the Bible.
First, there's... The Bible is in it, yes, but then the detailed imagery and other things of the satanic part is why now it's called the Devil's Bible.
What if it's not the devil that did that? Have you heard about that one girl that got herself in a pickle, talking about I can you know that thing?
I know what a pickle is.
No. She said she could do this with hay and turn it into gold.
Oh, Rapunzel?
It's not Rapunzel. And so she, No.
The hay that turns to gold.
Yeah, and then she was talking about
Rapunzel.
Fuck. She was like, fuck, if I don't, no, it's not Rapunzel. Rapunzel.
That wave that's the.
That is not Rapunzel.
Once upon a time,
No, that's not Rapunzel. That's not Rapunzel.
The hay and gold isn't Rapunzel?
No, hay and gold is not Rapunzel.
Can y'all please look this up? I think it's
Rapunzel. Because, is Rumpelstiltskin in the fucking Disney Rapunzel? That's where I was heading at. What if it wasn't the devil? What if it was Rumpelstiltskin? Because he gets people out of pickles when they got 24 hours to do something crazy.
Who says Rumpelstiltskin isn't the devil?
Who says he is?
I didn't say. You're making this argument. I'm not doing a damn thing. You went on this tangent.
What are these called again? And they spin it.
I want to tell you, but I'm just so appreciating this of it all.
What are they called? Not a spinster. That's what my sister's gonna be.
You go to the place and can I get a? Yeah, you tell them that. Yeah.
Yeah, you go
the name.
With their foot. I think they go.
Yeah, it's spelled TSH. Yeah, that's how you spell it.
I was really like, what is it called? Spin wheel? Wheel spin?
A loom.
A loom?
Tail spin.
No, the loom's like this.
DuckTales.
Ooh.
Dragon tails.
I hated that show. I don't know why. I wanted to beat the fuck out of those two kids.
Jesus.
I don't know why I have mad beef. It's all about Blue's Clues.
May I continue?
No.
I'm done. Okay, so
follow us at.
After the second monastery bought it from Sedlec in 1594, the Devil's Bible fell into the hands of the Holy Roman Emperor Rudolph II. He reportedly...
No, you say Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yep, Santa came. He reportedly borrowed the book from the monastery, but had no intention of returning it, saying that it was his favorite prize collector's item.
That's crazy.
Oh no, the Pope did something bad. So 50 years later, the Swedes... IKEA, stole the Codex Gigas during the siege of Prague at the end of the 30 Years' War. The looters brought the manuscript back to Stockholm, where it ended up in the library of the Royal Palace.
Which one?
Which I believe it still is there to this day. That you can go to Stockholm and... Yeah, in 1878, the treasure manuscript was moved to the National Library of Sweden, where it sits to this day in a glass box. Now, my favorite story about this is that during the transitional period after the Holy Roman Emperor Rudolph II had it, there's a tale that there was a fire in the castle in 1697, and the librarian threw it out the window to save it. So, a librarian. Now, I don't know what librarians are like in 1697 in Sweden.
She must have been fucking swole.
I mean, yeah, but when I think of a librarian, I'm thinking old. So she picked up a 165-pound book to save it, threw it out the window, and it hit someone and injured a bystander below.
Imagine you're just minding your fucking business walking
a castle.
167 pounds getting thrown.
Didn't say that the person died, but
the chances were not good.
Not good.
They
Not
never
good.
walked
No,
again.
oh, yeah,
Like Greg Abbott.
and that just made me laugh so much. So Helga threw this fucking book.
Her name was definitely
pitched
Helga.
it out. Just like, well, here at the parking. And
You know what I pictured her like the stepsisters in Shrek. You know what I'm talking about? The evil stepsisters.
Oh, yes. I got you. I was thinking of the barmaid. What do you want?
That one. That's what I was saying.
Oh, the ugly stepsister. Yeah. Okay.
Well, there's not a pretty one.
I went off on something else. But yeah, that was a fun one. You know what I mean? Like that was just and like this once again, it's a real book that you can go to Sweden and fucking see it. Crazy.
So it's in Latin?
Yes.
Fuck would I want to go see that?
You can't read. I mean, you can't check it out. Like it's not.
I want to see that drawing.
I'm sure that's what's open. Like I'm sure, like that's what people want to see.
You don't think it's like this? That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. But you can't like
imagine
flip through it. You know what I mean? It's like, can I check it out?
It's
please?
made out of solid ass material. It's not like it's paper.
Did you mean that as a pun? Because it was made out of donkeys, so it's literally an ass material.
Yes.
That's so good. That's an accidental pun I fucking love. Like it's really
because I meant
ass
it.
material. I fucking love that.
It's genius, right?
So the second kind of like satanic devil book that I wanted to get into is called
The Bible.
The Grand Grimoire.
Is it French?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you pronounce it?
I mean, that's how I did just now. It's also known as Le Dragon Rouge, or the Red Dragon. It's a.
Who am I asking? You never know what you're pronouncing.
It's a black, essentially a dark magic book, and
it's in the Vatican.
Are you reading my notes?
What?
Why are you going? Why are you spoiling my shit?
You always read mine.
But I don't tell them.
I just saw Vatican and I got excited.
Yeah, why are you reading my shit?
Continue.
Yeah, it's in the Vatican now. Cool. Anyways, Jesus Christ. It's a medieval spell book. Oh, do you want to just read it for me?
No, I really have really bad
sweet.
eyesight, but I recognize the word the Vatican.
Mm-hmm. So it's been dated differently, either 1521 to 1522 or 1421. It's a medieval spell book reputed to hold incredible power.
Ooh, like making a church all powerful and rich.
Not that good.
Oh. The molesting kids.
So the original one is reportedly stored in the Vatican secret archives.
Archives?
And these books
you know
contain...
what? Back when I was learning how to read, this is a side note. Don't get upset. You always side note my stuff.
No, I'm fine.
I thought
you were going to keep reading mine.
No.
That's why I was getting it.
I would pronounce it archives. And I'd be like, that's such a weird word. The first time I saw verbatim, I replied to an email and I was like, what's that? I read it verbatim. So I just needed to share that.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you being so honest with us today.
I have to get it off my chest.
Yeah, I know that's been weighing you down.
It has. It has. I needed to
decades.
tell someone. Because it was in the middle of an email argument, too. That's all I replied. It was like 3 paragraphs of him going at me. And I was like, what's verbatim? Question mark.
So remember in the first book, it was, I forgot, whatever the recluse? Mm-hmm. I wish we still had names like that today. Like it'd be your name and then the something. Like that's just so...
Addison the Annoying.
Honestly, I think it would be the disturbing. Like something like it would be...
Like irritating.
And I would love that so much.
I'd be Anna the Drunk.
So I think it was like... I forget. I could scroll back up. But it was whatever the recluse. This guy was Honorius of Thebes. So the fact that it's like honor in the first name, I think is...
Of Thieves. It's funny that...
Honor. Thebes with a B.
Oh.
But yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised you didn't read that. So it's a spell...
Have you seen Frozen? Let it go. Let it go.
Hell yeah. Sweet joke, bro.
Thanks.
So he supposedly channeled the devil to write the Grand Grimoire.
Bro, honestly, like, if I ever finish college, I'm gonna channel the devil to do all my fucking homework at this fucking point.
If I could finish the story,
Yeah.
I would channel the devil.
Yeah? I don't want you interrupting mine at all.
I'm just kidding.
So he always is like, you only read your script over and over and over while I'm talking. And never give me some talk back. So when y'all listen to my story, I'm gonna be real confused because I literally do that.
Doo-doo. Okay. So this book contains instructions for crafting magical amulets and talismans, casting spells, and performing rituals to invoke supernatural entities, including angels and demons, but primarily demons.
Can you open this?
I would love to.
Thank you.
They can still hear us whispering.
It's ASMR.
I don't like that. I don't want to be a part of ASMR.
I love ASMR.
I fucking hate it. Why am I still doing it? Okay.
I love wood soup.
Wood soup?
Yeah.
I don't. Soup made of wood? I don't. That fucked me up more than it should have. So this was. I hate this phrase, and I tried to look it up because it's in quotations, but it would only take. I'll read it and then I'll explain. So they unearthed this grimoire in a so-called Tomb of Solomon. So when I googled so-called Tomb of Solomon, because it's not the actual Tomb of Solomon, and that's all I got. And
no, it's the Tomb of Solomon.
Right,
The
like
so-called.
yeah, and I'm just like, yeah, couldn't find anything in 1750, and they were so enthralled by it because it was actually inscribed in biblical Hebrew or Aramaic. So the manuscript reportedly contains magical incantations and details the gradual corruption, it's a satanic conversion of newly appointed popes. So if there was a newly appointed pope, you could actually like do these spells and perverse.
Who doing it right now? Francis?
The pope right now?
Yeah.
It's the Argentinian guy, right?
I think that's
He's
Francis.
a badass, whatever his name is.
You know what? He likes sexy pictures on Twitter of grown-ass women, and I respect that.
Since he's Argentinian, do you really think his name's Francis? Franco?
Like from Tom Thumb?
Whoa. don't bring real people into this shit. Right? I love you, Franco. Anyways, so the book itself is divided into two books. The first book contains instructions for summoning a demon and for the construction of tools in which to force the demon to do your bidding, right?
Crazy.
What are the tools? One tool is a blasting rod, which such a great name for a penis, right? Like
I was about to say the same thing.
You're about to get this
Blasting rod.
So it's supposed to compel Lucifer or other demons into submission. So basically all it is, it's a wand used to control spirits. That's all it is. But goddamn, blasting rod is so much better than wand. Like, imagine if Harry Potter
Had a blasting
rod went to what's homeboy's name?
Boldy?
No. The wand expert.
Ollivander.
Ollivander's blasting rods. And
That's where we take all the 11-year-olds that go to Hogwarts.
I remember when your parents were getting their first
Blasting rod.
I remember every blasting rod I've ever thrown.
It's crazy. Your blasting rod matches the blasting rod that blasted your parents.
But no, here's the best one. The elder blasting wand.
Always.
God. Anyways, you fucked up, J.K. Rowling. Okay, so after you have your blasting rod, you
I need one now.
a pact with the devil can be made, and as a result, the Grand Grimoire includes a section called Genuine Sanctum Regnum, or the true method of making pacts. Among other requirements, the individual performing this ritual would also need an emetil stone. So the emetil stone is actually a bloodstone that has magical properties. And it's also called a heliotrope. which you can buy. You
The
can go and
sorcerers.
you can go and buy a heliotrope at a gem store, like your favorite places, like
Crystal places.
Crystal places. You can go you can go buy a heliotrope.
Oh shit, that's all I need.
And it's a bloodstone. So once you also need 2 consecrated candles, which I wanted to Google what a consecrated candle was, but at that point I'm in too deep. I don't. How do you consecrate a candle? It's a candle. I was like, don't want to know. I don't want to know. So Google it if you want. I'm not giving you that information. And so this actually establishes a triangle of pacts for protection against the spirits that you summon. So that's book 1. Book 2 is then divided in 2 other parts. Mm-hmm. The Sanctum Regnum and Secrets de l'Art Mégote du Grand Grimoire, which translates to Secrets of the Magical Art of the Grand Grimoire.
Grimoire.
Yeah, probably. But I'm Texan, so this is what you're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking. What the fuck? No, this is how I talk. So the first part, the Sanctum Regnum, contains instructions for making a pact with a demon, allowing one to command the spirits with the tools that you made in book 1, but it's at greater risk. So
It's like Windstar. Put it all on black.
So, book 2 of 2 is Secrets, which contains simple spells and rituals one can employ after performed the ritual in the first book. So these are apparently the demons, and I'm going to read them all off to you. There's not that many, of who you can get. You can get Lucifer, who is dubbed the Emperor, and we all know who Lucifer is. I'm not going to go into further detail. Lucy? Dude.
Bruh.
So you can summon him. You can summon Beelzebub, who is...
I don't want to summon him. He sounds absurd.
That's Beelzebub.
Oh, he's gonna come like pull my legs at night for laughing. Beelzebub.
Oh, I think I pronounced it wrong. Beelzebub. Beelzebub? I put the L in the wrong place. You know what? Fuck it. Beelzebub.
Beelzebub's gonna get your ass.
That's fine. So he's known for being able to fly, and he's dubbed the Lord of the Flies.
Like the book?
And
I never read it.
He represents gluttony and envy. Because he's the shit.
Oh, shit. Same.
After him, you can also summon... I always do this. Astaroth, who is the Grand Duke. He has been described as a nude man with feathered wings wearing a crown. He's holding a serpent in one hand and riding a beast with a dragon-like wings and serpent tail.
It sounds like something Putin would do.
So because of that, they make the evil trinity to combat the Holy Trinity. So it's Lucy, Beezle,
Bees,
and Roth.
And they all bring their blasting rods together to make the Holy Trinity. Oh, fuck. That's kind of like this.
Yeah, and they touch tits.
They're gonna come get us. They're gonna get us tonight.
So, but you can also summon 6 lesser demons.
What their name is?
Lucifuge.
What is that?
Rofacale. That's how I'm pronouncing it. He's known as the Prime Minister. He is the demon in charge of Genestan's government by order of Lucifer.
What's Genistan?
Genistan is the realm that's divided in 2 parts, the Desert of Monsters and the Desert of Demons.
I'll probably hang out with the demons.
Sweet guy. Then there's...
I had to pick one.
God damn it.
Lars.
Satanachia. It reads Satan Achia. Satan.
A Saint Chia.
Yeah. So I'm trying to... Satan Achia.
You water it with fetus blood.
Who is the commander-in-chief. He controls...
Crazy.
Around 45 to 44 legions of demons.
Can you summon those?
And he has... You're not going to like this one.
Oh.
The power to subjugate all women and girls to do with whatever he wishes.
Women and girls is crazy.
The and girls is what gets me, right? Like it's
That's what I'm
like okay, so hold on.
And
not
girls.
just the of age one. We're assholes, right? Give me the little ones.
Girls.
Give me the little ones. Who knew the demons were bad guys?
What?
This guy.
That's. I like how you said you wouldn't like this, like you did.
Well, it was just the women. Oh, girls. It's there. Oh, Jesus Christ. The next one is Agalarept, who is the ruler of, I do this every time, Elalagap, who in turn governs matters connected with
You're just
water.
making noises. I don't think you're saying words.
That's what words are, just noises. Hope it makes sense. They are the general with the power to uncover secrets and reveal mysteries and command the Second Legion. Didn't want to go further than
I was
that.
like, where the fuck is that?
Then there's Fluidity.
Fleur de la Coeur.
Fluidity.
Fleur.
He
Why are
can
you
make-
sweet?
I know there's an accident on it, and there's a fleur, and
There's
that's just where my mind goes.
Fleurity.
He commands 10 chiefs, 100 servitors,
You're telling me there's no girl
and the
demons?
demon. I'm trying to use all theys for this. I don't think I'm doing a great
It literally
job
says
on it.
he commands.
Are you assuming yeah.
Fleurite.
So
It's a girl name.
the only one thing I can find about him is that he's a diurnal demon, and he's most powerful during the 9th hour of the day.
What does that mean?
9 a.m. He's fucking up your shit, bro.
At 9 a.m.?
You better have your cup of coffee. Because
Bruh.
you work 9 to 5, guess what?
Literally-
This is why the workday sucks. Fucking fluidity.
Literally, my ex would ruin my day by 7 a.m. So step your game up, Fleurite. Already with that bullshit.
Almost done. There's Sargatanus, the Brigadier Major.
What?
He has brainwashing abilities, mind reading, memory erasing, and stealing, but he can also give the gift of invisibility and the skill of lovemaking. Now,
Literally, this is Harry Potter. This is all the plot of Harry
well,
Potter.
this came first. I like invisibility and the skill of lovemaking. Like, you want to rock her world and not know about it? Got you, bro. In and out. We'll be
To
there.
the women and the girls.
He high-fived you. No, he had to get with the other guy for the girls.
That's what I'm saying.
This guy's trying to help you out. And he can also open locks. and
Obviously.
And transport people to distant places. What a guy. This guy doesn't sound that bad.
He's just vibing.
So he'll rape you, but he'll erase your memory right after.
Right.
You won't feel a goddamn thing.
Just like
in the moment, you're gonna feel all of the great pleasures, but then forget about it.
Just like a roofie.
That one's for me.
Forget about
Yo, they should have named Rufy Sargica Natanis or whatever the
it.
fuck
It was
this
too
guy's
long.
name.
Can I have buying roofies? Can I have some Sarge?
Yeah, can I get that Sarge, bro? Yeah. Up your tanus. Okay.
This is the rape one, not the invisible one, right?
This one doesn't say anything about rape. It just says mind reading, erasing memory, and stealing, and then invisibility, skill of lovemaking, and can open locks and transport people.
That
This
sounds
doesn't
like
really
rape to
say
me.
rape, but it gives you everything you need.
For a good rape.
You need to get through that door? I got you. Do you want to not be seen?
I got you.
You want to fuck?
I got you.
Oh, she's on the other side of the world?
I got you.
And don't worry, we'll erase her memory after that. So that, if you connect the dots, yeah. Okay, let me get to this last one. God damn it. Last one is, I think this might be the easiest one. Nibiros. He is the Marshal and Inspector General. He is supposedly the most valiant Marquis of Hell, has 19 legions of demons under his command, makes his men cunning of all arts and sciences.
Can y'all turn off the heater? I'm sorry.
And especially in rhetoric, and speaks with a hoarse voice.
He's been screaming at people.
Yeah. So I that was crazy. So through this book, you can summon all those demons if you have a blasting rod and a bloodstone. But yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
And I can just get those at my local crystal shop.
I don't know how you get a blasting rod.
I carry one.
Same. But yeah, you get the bloodstone at crystal places, and that's how I went with that aspect of Titan.
We are in different spectrums.
I know. Clearly.
Every time.
Which I'm always so thankful of. I'm always so scared we're going to pick the exact
This
same
time
thing.
I was scared. And I was like, so what kind of devilish things was you looking up? Whoa!
I see the blasting rod.
I see the Sarge or whatever demon has joined us.
That's the blasting rod.
He's gonna
And that's going to make
he's gonna flashy
that's
thing
gonna
us
make
after.
that's going to make a bloodstone here real quick.
You did not have to do all that.
You know, give her another beer. She needs it.
The camera got all of it.
The camera got none of it.
No.
So discreet.
They should have named Viagra after that guy. All right. We're going to talk about...
Sorry, that was just, I'm trying to refocus now. Like I'm trying to go back to
I don't know
Satan.
how we can unless he comes and erases our memory. A lock just got unlocked in front of us with the blasting rod.
It's like she fell for 30 seconds.
In slow motion.
It's like it's like you had a gravitational pull on you that she couldn't escape.
It's his blasting.
It's his blasting rod. But the blast was more like a.
It's a sucking
It was a what's a
internal blast. The submarine from last time.
the new flavor by Mountain Dew. Internal blast.
Get my girl another beer. She gonna need it. All right. Robert Johnson. Have y'all ever heard of him?
My boy.
Bobby?
Your boy? She said Bobby. From down the block.
No, he's one of the reasons why I got so into blues.
Well, because he is the master of the blues. Arguably.
And
according to all my research.
from Texas. Let's go.
He's from Mississippi.
Fuck. Oh, he died in Texas. Sorry.
He died in Hazelnut, Mississippi.
Without him and no, at the hotel.
That was
Hotel
another
Dallas.
guy.
That's Robert Johnson.
No, it's not.
Bobby?
I swear to God, that's Robert Johnson.
It's not.
The blues singer.
Yes. Hey, could you stop talking? I'm telling my story. Calm.
Okay, yeah. No, yeah, it's fine.
No, don't look at mine. You always look at mine.
That's crazy.
Okay.
To Julia Major?
Yes. So, allegedly, Robert Johnson was born May 8th, 1911. And I say allegedly because there's no clear record of his birth. He... I think someone just got a blasting rod in there. I sound like a dying horse. Anyways,
To blasting rods.
the Lars and the Simbobs and my missing cousin, if you're out there, please come forward. We miss you, missing cousin. Hey, Robert Leroy Johnson was born in Hazelhurst, Mississippi.
Leroy.
Possibly May 8th, 1911, which would have probably made him a Taurus, I think. But again, there's no record. He was born to Julia Major Dodds. Look over there! Julia Major Dodds and
Double standard.
Noah Johnson. But she was married to Charles Dodds. I could not find anything about who Noah Johnson was with the 2 hours of research I did.
Well, I mean,
So Robert
not a lot of records of
records.
POC during that time.
I just needed to know if he was a side piece or not. If he was the sneaky link, because that's what is on my mind. So Julia was actually married to Charles Dodds. Had my boy Robert Leroy Johnson.
Don't say boy. Go on.
Oh, actually, it looks like she married Charles, and she was like, I have child. So he was like, cool.
Jesus.
Married Charles, who was rich as fuck. He was a landowner and a furniture maker. And she had 10 kids with him.
Seems excessive.
Charles eventually was forced to move by a lynch mob and leave Hazelhurst following a dispute with white landowners.
Not me. I thought had nothing to do with that.
Julia left Hazelhurst with baby Robert. And then 2 years later, she met up with Charles again, but he changed his name to Charles Spencer because apparently all you had to do is like, my name is Charles Spencer now. Back in the day, literally, are you squatting? Okay, so Robert spent the next 8 to 9 years growing up in Memphis. Started attending the Carnes Avenue Colored School. Well, he received lessons in arithmetic, reading, language, music, geography, and PE.
Really thought it was an art school there for a second.
Yeah, they got music.
No, yeah, but you said colored school, I thought.
His education and urban context is what I found, placed him apart from most of his contemporary blues musicians. So after he lived in Memphis and did his thing, he came back with his mom. And then at this point, his mom married another guy who was an illiterate sharecropper. And that was important too.
How much you need to read to
share
your crops?
Will Dusty Willis was his name. Dusty. And so when people would see Dusty with Robert, his third dad at this point, people would call him Little Robert Dusty. And then they put him in an Indian school, and then they changed Robert Johnson's name again to Robert Spencer. So first it was Dodds, and now it's Spencer. And
so Indian being... Yeah. Oh. I was hoping you were going to say native, but yeah, we'll go with that. Mm-hmm.
Well, as an indigenous person, yeah, I think I got the pass.
Right.
Just
wanted to clarify. Didn't think it was a Hindu temple or anything, but yeah.
Oh. Sure. Chore. So, after that, look, Robert's mom got around. She married another guy who was 24 years younger than her.
Good for her.
Actually, that was Dusty, my bad.
Gotta get that young blessing ground, you know?
Let me see. So in the 1920 census, Robert Spencer, aka Robert Johnson, who we're talking about today, was lived in Lucas, Arkansas, with Will and Jada Smith. Sorry, Will and Julia Willis.
Keep my wife's name
at your motherfucking mouth. And this is so specific. So he grows up and gets married, and he signs his marriage certificate, and it says based off the signature of Robert's marriage certificate, you could tell that he was very well educated. So I guess because he didn't sign an X, they were like, he knows how to read.
God damn. Would you look at that?
Everybody knew him growing up as a badass harmonica player and jaw harp. I'm not sure what a jaw harp is, other than my mouth.
Oh, that's the... Hey, yo. No, it's literally a thing you stick in your mouth and you... Like, you play it like it's a... Some say it's a harp for your jaw.
Oh. So after all of this, in 1929, Julia's like, Robert, I gotta tell you something. Spencer and Dusty and Charles and all, they're actually not your daddy. I had you with some guy named Noah Johnson. So then, Robert changed his name to Robert Johnson. Yeah, he's had like 50 last names at this point. And he married a 14-year-old girl named Virginia Travis in 1929, who died during childbirth, and her baby died too.
Yeah, she was 14. It's crazy. How old was he at this point?
Yeah, I didn't do the math, and I just didn't want to.
Fair enough.
I didn't. Well, he was born in 1911.
What year did they get married?
1929.
18. 18 and 14.
It's a 4-year difference.
Yeah, but with a blasting rod, that's quite a big deal.
So he had actually gotten with her and he was like, I'm going to be serious. We're getting married. We're having a family. She went to...
Put down your times tables. I'm talking to you.
I can't go to your homecoming.
You're not even invited. You're 14.
Do you know algebra? I know how to play like jaw harp. So she went to go stay with her family and he was like, I'm going to quit my music career. I'm going to do one last tour and then I'll come back to you. When he came back, they were like, she died during childbirth and her baby died and it's your fucking fault for playing the devil's music, because the blues was known as the devil's music during this time. See, yeah, it's coming together.
My favorite. I love the blues so much. So good.
Read that. Read that. So, he goes back. Wife and baby dead as hell. He's like, well, I guess I'll go back on tour. So he goes back on tour.
Yeah, can't kill her again. Yeah.
He goes back on tour, and by tour is he wasn't an opening act or a second act or anything. In between sets, he would jump on stage, and whatever instrument they had laying out for the bands, he'd just pick up and start playing and like doing his thing. Whenever he got into a guitar, he was so bad that it's known that they would chase his ass off stage all the time. They were like, get the fuck off stage. What the fuck are you doing?
Probably because they weren't his instruments, though. Like, to be honest, this guy just...
They were like, he's good at the harmonica, but he's ass at the guitar. That was what he was known for.
Irony. He's good at the harmonica, but he blows at the other instruments.
So he disappears, and again, the records are horrific. So he either disappeared for a year and a half or 3 years, depending on who you ask and who you believe. When he came back, he was a badass fucking guitar player out of nowhere. And what people noted about that his specific guitar is that it was a 6-string guitar, but there was a 7th string added.
The devil's string.
The devil's string.
Some say it's the G string.
So after Johnson did all that, so we're going to that 3-year missing period and what might have happened in between. So he, after a baby mama died, wife died, baby died, everybody died, he was like, you know what? I should go find my biological father. So he goes on the hunt to find him, runs into Isaiah Ike Zimmerman. Don't know who he is, but I'm sure he's important. Who was like, you know, you suck ass at guitar. Let me teach you guitar, but you gotta learn it my way. He's like, all right, cool. So he goes, we're gonna play in the graveyard in the middle of the night.
Okay.
Yeah. So they would go and play in the graveyard in the middle of the night, learn guitar in the middle of the night.
Obviously, I don't know the story, but this Zimmerman doesn't sound like a POC, and he's taking a black man to the graveyard at night in the 20s. All right.
Someone look up Isaiah Zimmerman. We need to find out.
Sounds super white.
So, so they would tell people they would have to go play at the graveyard because they didn't want to wake people up with their guitar playing in town. I don't know.
Sure. Mm-hmm. All logical. I'm down for it.
Now here's the devil legend. So again, because he was a blues player, people would always say that he was the son of the devil, and all blues players were the son of the devil.
Naturally.
So the legend goes that one night after being laughed off stage, because he sucked, remember, he took himself to a crossroad of Highway 49 and 61 in Mississippi. He sat there, looked at the stars, and waited until midnight. At midnight, Robert starts playing his guitar horribly, of course, because he doesn't know how to play guitar. He said they say, not he never confirmed or denied this allegation, a tall black man that seemed out of this world came out from some grass. And he walked up to Robert. And Robert knows the skinny on this guy. So he's like, I'm going to sell my soul and he's going to make me a star. In his mind, he's like, that's what's going on. Black man comes up, goes, let me tune your guitar. So then Robert gives him his guitar. The devil gets it, plays a couple jams on it, goes, it needs a 7 string. Adds a 7 string, plays some shit, and he's like, alright, here you go. Gives him the guitar back and then disappears back in the grass.
Damn, so he wasn't bad, it was just out of tune and he didn't know? That's crazy.
And the devil helped him. And then I have a fun little tidbit that what started people saying that the blues was the devil's music was on Sunday, women would go to church, but their husbands would go to some things called juke joints to like party and drink and listen to music. And the juke joints were making a lot of money off of it, not the preacher at church. So the preacher was a hater and would be like, yeah, them juke joints are the devil. You don't need to come to church and spend your money here.
It's like sports bars on Sunday when the game's playing. Yeah,
I'm saying.
I'm all about it, yeah.
Yeah, so there's different crossroads. There's not even an agreement on which crossroads he was at. So there's this place called Abe's Barbecue that is on the crossroads of Highway 49 and 61. In 1924, when Robert allegedly sold his soul on those crossroads to the devil to become a rock star, as he was selling his soul, Abe, the owner of Abe's Barbecue,
And foot massage?
was across the street surrendering his soul to Jesus. Just right across the street. In exchange for his famous barbecue sauce recipe. And Abe's Barbecue is still open today if you want to go try it. And there's a headstone in front of Abe's Barbecue explaining the whole thing.
Robert got the better deal. I just want some sauce, bro.
I just want the best sauce.
What can I put on that meat? Okay.
So, this is not like a solid
Yeah, no, it's a liquid. It's a sauce.
story. It doesn't make sense because Highway 49 and 61 didn't exist as crossroads at that time. But Abe and the big old plaque he has in front of the barbecue place say they do.
That's all you need. Is a plaque.
There's another... here's another crossroads that he went to. One of the legends says that he took his guitar on a crossroad near the Dockery Plantation at midnight. And some of the videos I was watching when white people were telling the story, they were calling it the Dockery Farm. And they were like, there's no confirmation people were enslaved there. It's a farm. And then they go to tell, yeah, they weren't allowed to leave. They had Dockery bucks. They didn't have real money. And they were not allowed to play music unless it was like Sunday across the bridge of the plantation. And then the owner of the plantation would charge everybody a quarter to go over there to listen to music. So somewhere over there was some crossroads. Here's another one where he went. And again, I don't know why the devil's a large black man. Took the guitar from him, tuned it, returned the guitar to him.
I mean, racism, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, we're getting there.
Yeah.
And so, same thing. Gave the guitar, he tuned it, gave it back. Now he's good.
7 string, all that, yeah.
So, another side bit is that this story is also originally associated with Delta blues musician Tony Johnson, who had nothing to do with Robert Johnson. So people are thinking one day people just got confused, and instead of Tommy Johnson, they started saying it was Robert Johnson that sold his soul to the devil. I think that was the guy.
No, I'm so sorry. Tommy Johnson is also the character in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah, he is.
Robert Johnson's based off of.
Yeah, he is.
So the fact that there is actually a real
there is a Tommy Johnson.
I didn't know that there was a real Tommy. That's crazy.
So basically, white people started this rumor, allegedly, because a black man can't get good at guitar with practice unless he sold his soul to the devil.
Anyone arguing different?
The black person here? The black man? The tall black man that comes from the grass?
I loved how no one else raised their hand.
Why would we?
That's on y'all.
So the third place that could be the Crossroads. I mean, there's a ton of them, but here's the third most famous place.
A lot of roads cross. I get it.
Is in the crossroad of Highway 1 and 8 in Mississippi. And again, but people are saying that the for real crossroads are in that Dockery plantation or farm, as white people say. That's in my notes.
I'm with the sauce guy. Real talk. He's still there, you know. He's got a plaque. That's all I need.
So because the plaque is so...
Can we buy some?
It's huge.
Can we buy some sauce? Can we get that
so
sauce,
huge.
please?
The plaque is so huge.
It's got to be on Amazon, right? Like, his sauce has got to be on...
I don't know. We have to go to the crossroads to get his Jesus sauce. So, like I said, because Robert Johnson's life was super mysterious, and no one knows when he was born, no one knows when he died, no one knows what the fuck his real name was because he changed it every fucking 5 minutes. There's a lot of historians that go back and try to like put his life back together. So there have been some white historians that were like, oh, he wasn't talking to the devil. He was talking to Papa Legba himself, which is like,
Ooh.
I think like a voodoo king.
No.
Bad guy that's just
We seen him on American Horror Story.
Yeah. I'm not too much know about Papa Legba. I don't want to talk about him because I don't want him to get me. But yeah, they're like, he's black. He wasn't talking to the devil. He was talking to the black devil or whatever. And people were like, yeah, that makes sense because like making a deal with Papa Legba is not the same as selling your soul because like you can exchange whatever, I guess, with Papa Legba, not just your soul.
Abe's is not on Amazon. Abe's, if you could please get on Amazon so I could buy your your Jesus barbecue sauce. I would love to try it.
Yeah, and then they started saying, because he would mention like the devil in his blues, but not how you would think. Like it would be like a hellhound is chasing me. So they were like, he's mentioning the devil coming to get him after selling his soul. And again, white scholars were like, yeah, it's actually after an African deity that blah, 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 blah. And no.
Deity.
I say deity.
Mm-hmm.
Deity, I'm sorry. What's the name of all your demons?
I could open it back up and try again.
And real scholars and black scholars were like, no, the blues come from Western folklore, and nowhere in the blues is Legba or any other African deity ever mentioned in their songs or lore. So just because he's black doesn't mean he's out here bringing African deities into this.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
Started with tribal drums and it mixed with... The blues started with tribal drums and mixed with...
Yeah, so basically they're
Folk
saying that the blues is a creation from people who are willing to look at unflinchingly at catastrophic conditions as children of God. That's so specific. Not African deities. And they said that white people who are saying that, they have to do that to make themselves superior in some kind of way. That everything has to come from Europe, which is not true. And then I put basically white people just saying the blues is the devil's music because they're racist. So, while living in Martinville, Robert fathered a child with a girl named Virgie Mae Smith, but didn't marry her. And eventually she died and her baby died too.
I mean, you can't marry a Virgie. I don't think...
Then he married Coletta Craft, settled down with her in Clarksdale, Mississippi.
The cheese?
But she also died.
Spoiled.
Yeah. And at this point, he was vibing. He was known as a walking musician.
Because those non-walking musicians, they don't get around.
He actually only had 29 songs, and off that, his, what is it called, discography or musicography? There's a word for it.
Yeah, discography. If you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vinylography. I don't know if they were on disc back.
but now, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He is dubbed the master of the blues. He's dubbed the first ever rock star, and his music influenced all the rest of the blues. Some guy named Eric Clapton called Johnson the most important blues singer that ever lived.
Just some guy named Eric Clapton.
Like I said,
fucking...
I could not go down the history of the blues. It was too much. It was too much. So anyways, he would just basically vibe and walk around.
I'm so furious right now. Like this.
I don't know, was he a writer for Rolling Stones or something? I don't know.
No, not at all. He was in Cream.
Also, some of the vocals that Johnson created were perfected by some other guy named B.B. King. I think that was his name. So I think that matters too.
Just some guy.
I don't know nothing about the blues other than Robert Johnson.
No, you're fine.
Hey, you know what? To get in the mood for this, I've been blasting his music all day. So basically, so after all his wives died, he's like, I'm done marrying people because everybody's fucking dying. He had a home in Arkansas, but he was never there because, again, he was a walking musician. And people quoted him as being someone who loved whiskey and women. So from 1932 until 1938, Johnson basically just went around cities in Memphis, Helena, Mississippi, Delta, and regions just surrounding Mississippi and Arkansas. And instead of staying in hotel rooms, because again, he wasn't rich or famous until after his death, essentially. So he would just vibe, and he would go to all these places, and he'd like take requests. Like he'd be in the street corner. He's like, "What do you want to hear? A WAP? Got you."
You like Cardi?
Yeah, I got you. And he didn't stay in hotel rooms or anything. So basically, he would meet hoochies. He'd be like, "Can I come? Can I stay at your place tonight? Because I don't got nowhere to stay." And all of them would be like, "Sure." There's apparently not a woman that ever said no to him. And I saw like this quote that was like, so he would stay with the women until their husbands or boyfriends came back home and kicked them out. So apparently he loved fucking bitches, no matter married, single, 14 years old, whatever.
I mean, he ain't cheating.
Exactly. He never married again, but he did have a long-term relationship with a woman. And whenever he was in her town, of course, he'd be with her. But everybody knew that he would just go be with whoever. And he was weird in the sense that, so of course he's a master of the blues, and he would kill it when he would do his own songs and music. But again, sometimes he'd just go to the street corner and just play and be like, "What do you want to hear? I'll play it." And he could play everything. No matter what you requested, he could play it. And
Devil.
And when he would travel, he would just give different names. He'd be Robert Johnson, and then, I don't know, Pocahontas in one, Cardi in the next.
John Robertson. Yeah.
Robert Spencer, super aliases. And again, there's a lot of information that he would just seduce women everywhere with his performance. There was not a woman not being seduced.
And his blasting rod.
So he would go do that, and then he'd go missing and again, there's not a lot of consistency. Some people would say he would do this, and like, because he was known in the community and with the other blues artists, and they'd be like, "Oh, look, like he's out," and then he'd go missing 3 weeks to a year, and that's like, no one can corroborate how much he would go, and then he'd come back and he'd be like, "All right, I'm taking a request." Stop reading.
I'm not.
Oh, okay. People quoted him as being well-mannered, soft-spoken. Everyone said he was just chill. A little weird, but chill. And again, another quote. He had a weakness for women and whiskey. So he said, so he would play out and people would give him money, and everyone else was like, "Oh, look, you're making money. You could be making more money if you're doing this." And he's like, "Nah, I'm just here to vibe and fuck bitches and drink whiskey." He had an ability to pick up a tune with just hearing it one time. He could do jazz, country music, and I want to say I read somewhere that he could do pop. Like, he could do whatever you wanted.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, well, at that time, pop is...
Not Lady Gaga?
No, it's relative, right? So at the time, popular music was
He could pick up
blues and
everything.
jazz and yeah.
You could do everything. Everyone said he was friendly, but sometimes sulky. And
blues. The fuck.
And nobody really hung around him a lot. I said people thought he was weird. He would just stay at random people's houses. He really just minded his business and did his thing. And I said that earlier, but yeah, he only had 29 songs that he recorded and got out, and with just those 29 songs, he's a master of blues, and he's influential all across the blues. So we're gonna talk about his death. So allegedly, so his autopsy is public, or his death, everything, and it just says no doctor and cause of death. Nobody knows what day he died, what he died from, or where he's buried. There's 3 main grave sites that all have stones in 3 different places, even different states, that say that's where he's buried.
Abe. Goddamn sauce.
So there's the most consistent legend is that he was at a club, risen up a bitch, and she was the wife of some bartender. And the bartender was like, not on my watch. So he sent over a bottle of whiskey, but the seal was not closed. And then one of his friends was like, hey, and knocked the bottle of whiskey out of his arm. He's like, hey, that shit is open. It might be poison. And he's quoted saying, never knock a $7 bottle of whiskey out of my hands ever again. And then he drank it and died a couple hours later.
Maybe that one.
Yeah.
Maybe you knocked that one.
30 years later, some weirdo that's been stalking. So not only is Robert Johnson's life weird, but all the people that try to put his story together, historians or researchers or journalists that get deep into his life, they also go crazy. So one of the main guys that worked on his story harassed his family, pretended to be a preacher to get information out of them, stole pictures from them. And there's only 3 pictures ever of him too that are verified to be real pictures of him. Just 3.
Which one of the 3 did he steal?
All of them.
Cunt.
Yeah. Yeah, and so that guy was insane. So take this with a grain of salt. In the book that he wrote about Robert Johnson, he said that he actually found the bartender that poisoned him and got a confession from him. But he can't disclose his name because that was part of the deal or the confession.
Yeah. The integrity of journalism. Yeah, it makes sense.
So, because he was not rich, apparently, like, if he just died, they would have just thrown him in a pauper's grave. Because essentially, he was, I guess, a nobody. And he didn't have family or friends to come pick him up. People are saying that he likely died of syphilis instead of poison, because they're saying whatever poisons that someone like that would have had access to would have killed you over days, not hours. There was not solid poison that could kill you the way he died. But nobody knows how he died either. There's no record of when he died, who found him, where he's buried. It's weird.
Yeah, because syphilis kills you so quickly.
Let me see.
Hitler had that and fucking lived for years. The fuck?
This is more of my notes.
Escaped to fucking South America. Yep. Bringing it back.
And then someone suggested that because of his unnaturally long fingers and one bad eye, he had
blasting rods.
His blasting rods. He may have died of Marfan syndrome. And I meant to look up what that was, but I forgot. So look up Marfan syndrome real fast.
I'm on it.
They're saying it could have both affected his guitar playing and contributed to his death, but his guitar playing was always on fucking point. And I did talk about how we don't know where he's buried. And there's only 3 pictures of him. And his fucking life was, what is Marston?
You have visual difficulties, tall and thin frame, heart problems, long arms, legs, and fingers. Fakes.
Do we know anyone like that?
Eyes, blood vessels, and bones. 2,000 U.S. cases per year. It's rare.
And anyways, anyone that saw him play or was around him or was influenced would like say basically the same three things, that the way he would play the guitar made it sound like he had a whole orchestra. And it even made it sound like he had like someone else singing with him. And that he was just someone super impressive to see.
The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for
And depending on if the recorded dates that we have of his birth and death, he is the founder of the 27 Club. Because he was 27 when he died.
Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah. The end.
So we did that ghost tour in Dallas. And that's
why I looked him up.
I believe everything you just said. I'm not saying I don't, but I thought I remember them. That's why they have that fucking door removed at that goddamn bar, because that's where, and my memory,
maybe it was Tommy Johnson.
Could be fucked, but no, it was Robert, because I was so excited because I love Robert Johnson. Obviously not to the extent that I remember everything fucking correctly, but I thought his death was in Dallas, and that's why his ghost is there. I
thought so too, and that's why I originally looked him up, and then I was so confused when he was in fucking Mississippi. Can we sue this
ghost tour?
I think
we should. Can we fucking be like, listen,
because they even pointed at a cemetery, not a church. They're like, yeah, he sold his soul right there.
They took the door of.
Well, can we sue Abe's Barbecue fucking first?
Not until I try it first. I think that would be a disservice. Because if it's a great barbecue sauce, I'm like, yeah, you can keep it. You know what I mean? Like, you can do whatever you want. But I could have sworn I thought
he was a weird dude.
I'm not dying on this hill, but remember
I do remember. That's why I looked him up.
Fucking door.
That's why I looked him up, because I thought he was a Dallas double guy. He was from Mississippi.
No wonder we didn't see him.
And again, no clear record of his birth, death, his name, nothing. Mysterious dude.
Robert Johnson's fire though. I fucking listen.
Oh yeah, I was blasting his shit today, getting hyped.
Amazing. Yeah.
And then I have like a side story. I am also the co-writer of a blues song. If you're interested in me performing it for you.
There is part of me that there's a part of me that wants to go, no. That's the end of the episode. Thank you for following us. Or follow us at but no, you're right. Of course. Yeah. Do you know what style of blues it is?
The Double Blues, because that was the name of the title of my song.
Not to answer my question, but yeah, go for it. Go for it.
My middle school me had no idea anything at all about the blues. In fact, I know nothing about the blues until I started researching this. So I don't know how I pulled Devil Blues out of my ass. But in fifth grade, I was best friends with a girl, and we would vibe all the time. But there was this one fucking bitch in math class named fucking Delaney, and God, she was a fucking buzzkill.
Allegedly.
No, she for real was.
Sorry, wrong
Delaney.
podcast. Sorry.
Yeah, fucking Delaney. And this one time we were doing like the Pledge of Allegiance.
That was her first name?
Delaney, yes.
You were fucked as soon as you were born.
Yeah,
You can't turn out normal being named
She
Delaney.
was a child Karen, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I remember this one time we were doing like the pledge, and I was making my homies laugh because I was like, I pledge allegiance to the fart, to the United States of the fart. And I was doing my remix to the Pledge of Allegiance, and they were like, we were dying laughing. She told on me, and I got in trouble. Told on me to Miss fucking Thomas, the math teacher, who was a fucking cunt too.
More like delay me, am I right?
That's what I'm saying. So me and my friend decided to make a blues song about her, and I will perform it tonight. Her name is Delaney. She's always complaining. She's always whining. And she's always crying. Her name is Delaney. She's always complaining. This is the Devil Blues. This is the Devil Blues. And she also found out about that song, and I also got in trouble. But I took the rap for me and my friend. And we would sing it all the time, just like that.
I have so many questions.
Yeah?
First one. How old were you when you wrote this?
5th grade.
5th grade. And you actually wrote the Devil Blues? And
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Okay. So
this is all out of my ass. Again, I've never heard the blues at that point.
So this is
This actually the first year.
20-year, and you still know the lyrics?
Yes, because I still remember Delaney and Miss fucking Thomas. As a Cancer, I'll never forget.
What are the odds that she's a follower?
No, 0. She was Delaney, like you said. She's into this cool shit.
Hey Delaney, if you could please follow us on
And I mean, I have 2 other devil stories, or one soul selling story that's just small in my life, and one devil story. I don't know if I should tell them where.
I mean,
If we've been going too long.
I have no idea what time we're at, but I know we still got to do alleged confession. So
Okay.
no, it's up to you.
I know it's up to you. You decide.
No, it's all. It's like what are we at, Travi Daddy?
Hour and a half.
Oh, nah, I think we should for next time.
To be continued.
Dun,
All right,
dun,
thank you so
dun.
much for staying with us on Conspirial. Alleged Confessions coming out after this, and we actually have a first timer gonna be on here, which I hope she's.
We have a
prepared.
Virgie
Oh, she's prepared. It's wild.
for flaming rods.
This shit ran like forward. This shit went into the...
Oh. With her 30-year war fall that happened right after. Yeah, I was so excited. Anyway, you can follow us at Conspirial_podcast on YouTube and Instagram, at Conspirial on TikTok. Please email us suggestions that you want us
We
to
have
do.
no emails, only from TikTok saying that we have no followers.
It's depressing when you say it like that. Conspirial@gmail.com, and every Conspirial is CONSPIRIAL.
You can follow me on TikTok at KingDez3434, KINGDEZ 3434. You can follow me on Instagram. What are y'all doing? You can follow me on Instagram at AnnaDez, ANNADEZ. I post nothing on my TikTok or Instagram related to this, just my thirst traps. But bye.
And follow me at Sir Addison Rose on TikTok. Or follow me on the streets. I don't give a fuck.
And if the devil subscribed, I want that kind of power.
Hashtag give me that blasting rod. Okay,
Woo,
bye.
Bye. Talor.